Hello everybody, it's Margaret and welcome to my channel Texas Gal Treasures. In today's video I am going to be sharing the things that have sold for me over the last week. These are things that sold on eBay, Etsy, Mercari, and Poshmark. I actually had sales on all 4 platforms this week, so I'm going to share with you the things that I sold, what I bought them for, where I bought them, all of the fun stuff that I can think of to tell you, to help you, or just to entertain. Anyway, if you're new here, welcome. I am a reselling, homeschooling mom that flips things on eBay and Etsy and other platforms to help support my family. And lately, you may have noticed I've been doing a bazillion jewelry unboxing videos. I knew there was a reason I hoarded all of those jewelry jars and boxes over the years, and now I need them. So that's what I've been doing a lot of. And I've been getting a pretty good response. It seems like y'all are enjoying them, but I do have some other hauls to do for you. I actually still have, the last time I went to the Goodwill Outlet, I still have those tubs in my garage that I need to bring in to share with you. So I'm not hurting for things to list, that's for sure. And I am live, so hello everybody in the chat. I'm so glad that you're here. Go over there and say hello and let me know where you're coming from. If you're in the US, in the UK, where are you in this big wide world, and hopefully you're staying safe. But what I'll be doing is I'll share all my sales stuff first, and then at the end I'm going to answer questions, whether you've got questions here live. I have a few that I pulled aside from some of the videos that I've been doing, but last time I did that I never got a chance to answer those because you guys had so many questions. We were talking about other things. So let's see, Georgia and South Dakota. Very cool. Hello in England and Mississippi. Where are you at in Mississippi? I'm from Mississippi. Well, I was born in Mississippi. I'll say that. Say from Mississippi. That's a funny story. I was accidentally born in Mississippi, sort of. Anyway, so hi from Round Rock. Hello, you're not too far from me. California, Florida, Connecticut. Yay. All right, so let me go ahead and get started with my sales. Seeing everybody's putting all of their locales in. I hope you're staying safe wherever you are. It's been a long time. I'm actually going to leave the house today. It's been a long time since I've been out of the house. We had a doctor's appointment last week. It was an essential doctor's appointment. I posted a picture on Instagram. It was very surreal because we're not even doing, my mom's staying with us, and I talked a little bit about my son having some respiratory stuff, so we're really, really careful. We're not even getting takeout or anything like that, like getting groceries delivered and the whole shebang. So anyway, we hadn't been out. It was very surreal. But I am getting out today too. I have to go to the post office, and then I need to go get my starter, and my van is, I'm lucky that it still starts, so I have to get my starter fixed. And I need to do that when my mom's still here. So anyway, hello. Okay, I'm kind of rambling around, but hello, Jennifer and everybody else. I'll come say hi more in the chat in just a little while, but let me go ahead and flip over and share sales. Debbie says, where in Mississippi were you born? Natchez. Okay, I'll tell you the Mississippi story. So what happened was, just real fast, what happened was almost all of my family's from Texas and has been for a long time. But my dad got transferred to Mississippi for his job, and for the 3 years that they were in Mississippi, I was born. 3 years? The short time they were in Mississippi, I was born during that window. And my grandmother actually said she wanted to bring some dirt to Mississippi for my birth so that she could at least say I was born on Texas soil. I don't know if it happened or not, but that's the story. Anyway, so I'm not even getting Sonic Ice. Yeah, and one of my kids is like, I really, really, really want a Frappuccino. I really want a Frappuccino too. I can't get a Frappuccino right now. So, where's my mom from? Here, Texas. Yeah. Okay, so let's jump in. Where am I at? Okay. So, I'm still looking at everybody in the chat. Okay, I'm going to come back and look in the chat in a second. All right, so let's start with my eBay sales. I have been listing, or I was listing, all of my Lego and games and puzzles and things. I still have a pile of stuff to list because homeschooling and cooking and cleaning and everything, it's just, you'd think I'd have more time to do it, but I just don't. So anyway, I was listing more of that stuff. So I have been selling a little bit of my Legos and toys and things. So this is a Lego set that I got, and I like to get Lego when I see them on clearance. I like to get them, anytime I see them new and sealed, of course, whether at garage sales or thrift stores, and then when they're on clearance, I'll pick them up. So this Ninjago, I think I got for $4 or $5. I didn't mark it down, but this sold for $40. And I have some Lego that it was almost like a gamble that I bought when the new set came out, because I thought this is going to be something that people are going to want when it becomes discontinued, and I think there's going to be a big, pull for it. So I do have some of those that I got a bunch of. Pardon me. Okay, I keep getting pulled into the chat. It's just people. There's people there. Oh my gosh, people. All right, next up is this scroll silver ring. This is something I got in that lot of 500. I bought for $500, and it was a whole bunch of jewelry. So everything was maybe $1 per item. So this sold for $32. Now, if you see that the price I say is different than the price that's on the screen, usually what happens is either I've sent an offer or they've sent me an offer and I've accepted it. So it doesn't always reflect it on there. So then this sold, and this is a ceramic wind chime with this pig. I got this at the bins, so it cost me 10 cents. Because at my Goodwill outlet, the breakable items are 20 for $1.99. So if you get 5, it's $1.99, 10 is $1.99, 20 is $1.99, all the way up to 20. So I try to make sure I maximize that and get 20 breakable items just because. So this pig chime sold for $28, and I bought it for 10 cents. That's pretty good. All right, and then I sold a lot of clip-on earrings. I put a few lots up there just to try, and finally sold. So this clip-on lot, I said it was about $1 because most of these came from different haul videos and just things that I say, I'm going to put this in a lot. And that's what happened with these. So this sold for $13. Uh-oh. Are you guys, I see Heather saying she's having trouble with connection. Is anyone else having issues with their connection? Hopefully not. We were doing a Zoom class earlier, and we got bumped off of the class, but everybody did, so it was a whole big thing. Anyway, next up, y'all. Okay, this was the time, I think I shared a post on Instagram about this, where I put something like, the student has become the master. My child pulled this money clip out of a bin from the bins and walked up to me and said, "Is this worth anything?" Yes, it is. So this was a money clip. First of all, I never have trouble selling money clips. And this one, at first I thought it was like kind of just like stick-ons or something, because down at the bottom of it, you can see there's like this little, let me try to get to where I can show you. There's like a little discolored spot that's different than the turquoise. And I was like, oh, it's probably just like stick-on turquoise and it's cheapy, whatever. But then I got home and started looking closer. And right next to the little quartz, what I think is probably a little piece of quartz, it looks like it was broken and repaired. And so there's like a little chip in the turquoise right next to it. And then it looks like somebody got a piece of quartz or something and repaired that little spot. So this money clip cost maybe 50 cents. I mean, our bins, it's $1.49 a pound, maybe 50 cents for this, and sold for $73. I was like, wow. So the thing is, my kids want the money. And what I tell them, and before I did, but now I've told them, look, if you want the full amount of money, first, you have to be the one, you got to buy it. Buy the item. Second, you've got to take the pictures and list it and do all of the stuff and ship it and pack it. You're old enough, right? If I'm going to do it all, then I'll give you a finder's fee. So I did. I gave my kids a finder's fee for this, so they got $40, which is still really good. So, and whenever we go to the bins, they always walk away with like Nerf guns and toys anyway, so I don't feel bad. But they're old enough. They can do it. They can totally do it. They can list it on their own. I will help, but it's time. The time has come. All right, so next up is this little deer charm, and this one I've had forever. I didn't have an inventory note, but I'm guessing about 50 cents, and it sold for $7. And I do see your questions in the chat, and I'll be there to answer them in just a couple minutes. Yeah, finder's fee, Laura. I was like, I get it, you found it. And I started thinking, like, what's a good finder's fee? 20%? But I thought, oh, I know it's very generous. Yes. Well, we don't really do allowance in our house. And my kids do a lot. So I don't know. I guess they would probably like an allowance, but we've tried it. I don't know. Their needs are met. They're fine. So when they get money, it's good. So here we've got this cameo. This was an Avon cameo. I spent $2. I got it in a lot. I think I got this. It was a shop Goodwill lot of cameos, and so it averaged out to where everything was about $2. And so this sold for $22. That's more money than on consignment, Heather says. Yeah, and also my kids are really good about saving money. So I think they just save their money and then they buy big stuff. So I don't know. All right, so this is another thing that I got it at the Lego store. This, and then another thing that hasn't sold yet. And oh, I wish I bought more because they were on clearance. And I thought, oh, give it a try. It was a business card holder that you would put on your desk at work, I guess. And I probably got it for like $4 or $5. And it sold for $70. And the buyer paid shipping to Japan. So that was awesome. Okay, so those are my eBay sales. Oh, and I forgot to mention at the beginning, my sales, oh, I can't believe I forgot. Anyway, before I jump into the rest of my sales, the way I do this, and especially if you're new, if you've been here a million times, you've heard this a million times, is that eBay, my online stuff, my online sales are a portion of my income because I have a bunch of different things I do. And so I try to make about $200 a week so that all my eBay and Etsy sales equal to about $800 to $1,000 a month is what I try to do. So I break it down to try to make about $200 a week. Anyway, this week my gross was $564, which is really good, especially since I haven't really been listing a whole lot. So probably net, I mean, even if I said, it'd be $500 net, and take off the 64 or whatever, it's still really, it's been a really good week. So, and I do know also that some of you guys have been buying stuff, and so I really appreciate that. So I do, sometimes the buyer will say, hey, I'm visiting from your YouTube channel, and that's a really sweet, and I appreciate it. Because, yeah, single mom over here. I'm trying to see how many friends we've got watching. I'm looking for if you're wondering why I'm looking around. Go over there and hit the thumbs up. I see you, everybody. Okay, so let's go take a look at the Etsy sale. So now I've got Etsy, Mercari, and Poshmark to share with you. So this is a mug, and where are my mug life peeps? Mug life! I think I sold 3 mugs this week. So first up, this mug is a Scorpio mug that sold. I got this in the bins, and so it was 10 cents. And this Scorpio mug, I'm getting back over to my chart. Oh, I skipped one. I'll come back to the thing. Hang on. Scorpio mug sold for $20. And then, I don't know why I skipped it. So this is a comic book. I got a big bunch of comic books from a friend of mine, and she just gave them to me, so I've been selling them. And this is the thing. And this one sold for $10. It's a good sale. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'll be back in the chat in just a sec. And then next up, this little seahorse sold. I said I got it for about $1. I wasn't sure. I think it came in a lot. And this sold for $15. Sarah says, I sold a 70s crewel work for Scorpio last week. Is it that time? Is it Scorpios? When is Scorpios? I don't know when their birthday is. No, it's Aries. It's my brother's birthday today. Oh my gosh. I need to call him. Anyway, so next up is this little ring that I got, and this sold for $22. This is a very tiny ring. It barely fit on my pinky. That's funny. I just realized it's my brother's birthday. It's like, no, it's not. Okay. So this mandrill mug, that's a kind of monkey that this is, or primate, I should say, I bought for I think it was about $3. I got this at Savers, and of course I forgot to write down the amount that I got it for on my inventory note, but I believe it was $3 or so, because I don't think I got this from the bins, and it sold for $25. All right. And then this ring is another one that I got from that $500 lot of jewelry I was talking about. And this sold for 25 bucks. Let's see. Oh, hello, hello. Hey, Thelma's in the chat. Hi, Thelma. I hope you're doing well. Okay, then this Bailey's mug I got at the bins as well. So this one I bought for 10 cents. And I sold it for $28. So if you're not selling mugs, come on, you can do it. You can do it. Here's another one. This is another mug I got in the bins for 10 cents, and it also sold for $28. So this one is an Otagiri type mug. So, and I was going through a phase where I was like, Otagiri's not selling for me like it used to. And all of a sudden, there it is, $28, Otagiri. Then this sold. This is a little watch face. I'd gotten a lot of watch stuff, bits and pieces and watch faces and tools a long time ago. And this little watch face sold for $12. Had all the cool workings and stuff. I chose to take a picture of the back of the watch for my first picture instead of the front because I thought it looked better, cooler. Okie dokie. Then these next two went to the same buyer, and this was somebody that watches because they sent me a nice message, and so I was very grateful for the sale. So these next two things I got in the bins. This is a bag, y'all. This is a Disney bag. The only way I knew was because of the zipper. Where is it? There it is. On the zipper, there was a little Disney Mickey Mouse. So this Disney bag. And it's like for a tablet. And then this Dell, what do you call it? Pocket PC sold. So the bag sold for $15 and the Pocket PC sold for $20. Then I see your questions. I'll come. Hello, Darla. Hello, Brenda. Thank you for being here. Okay, then on Mercari, my Mercari has been, both Mercari and Poshmark have been super slow for me, but I don't know if it's because you have to keep listing all the time. I don't know. But I was like, I'm just going to put it up there and we'll see what happens. It's a sale, right? So this is a Vera Bradley Paisley wallet that I got in the bins as well. And so maybe spent $1 for it. And it sold for $29. Gosh, I have a lot of sales from the bins. My bin stuff. And then my spoon, my ladle sold. Every time I look at that, I feel like I misspelled ladle. I think I did. Is that how you spell ladle? Oh gosh, now I have to look it up. Sorry. Ladle. Yeah, okay, I spelled it right. Do you ever do that and you're like, I think that's not right. It just doesn't look right. That's right. Okay, so I got this ladle in the bins as well, and it sold for $30. So again, maybe $1 on it because $1.49 a pound. This was definitely not a pound, and it sold for $30. So all in all, I spent about $23 and made $564 gross. Net would be a little bit less than that after the fees and everything. And I don't do free shipping, so the buyer paid shipping on top of that. So that's another deal. Yeah, so it was a really good week. Thank goodness, And then I have had a few sales from watchers, like on my videos when I do the jewelry stuff. Yeah, my haul is still there. And so I do get a little bit from that as well. So that's yeah. Anyway, and I know I have some emails I need to get back to you about people interested in a few things. But let me come through the chat. And if you're done, you're like, I just want to see the sales. I don't want to hear you talk to people. Ugh, that's boring. Thanks for being here. And go leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Let me know what you thought and how you enjoyed the video. And now I'm going to dive into the chat. People! I'm going to be swimming in people virtually so that I don't get, the virus. Okay, hi, everybody. So everybody's saying where they're from. Hello, thank you so much for being here. Laura says, haven't listed in over 3 weeks. I feel you. I feel like I've been cooking a lot too, and schooling. We did 2 science experiments today. Oh, I'm going to be putting one of them on I have a homeschool channel called Homeschool Honey, so if you're interested, then check it out, because I'm going to be putting it. We were learning about the digestive system today, and my kids were disgusted by the activity we did. It was so fun. Okay, Marcy says, how does that breakable stuff not break in the bins? And our bins has a couple bins. I'm going to turn my light down. Sorry, you're going to get a nice view of my armpit for a second. My light's really, really bright in my face. Our bins has a couple separate bins for glass items, but there's also glass stuff ends up in the regular bins too. So I always check out the glass stuff, and then I walk around and try to find other things as well. So it just kind of varies at ours. And I think maybe some people move it when they find it. I don't know. So thank you so much for the nice compliments. I really appreciate it. Let's see. I am looking back in the chat. Sarah says, my granddaughter finds good stuff for me in the bins too. Yeah. Yeah, and I am pretty generous with my kids as far as that, because like I said, they can't hear me. They don't get allowance, but they do, like, they have a checklist. They have a morning chore checklist, and then they have an afternoon chore checklist. And then throughout the day, I'll just say, hey, I really need you to go do this. Or they're like, can we have extra video game time? Okay, I tell you what, you go scrub the bathroom down. You can have 10 more minutes. I pay them an extra video game time. And they never, and I can't, I mean, they're not like me when I was a kid and I was like, I don't want to. They never whine about it either. Okay, and they just go do it. I got really fortunate with good kids. So Kevin says, we'd love to hear what other jobs you do. I do print-on-demand stuff for Merch by Amazon. I have Printful and Etsy. Merch by Amazon is not fulfilling shirts right now, which is a huge hit because it's a piece of my pie, for my bills and stuff. So I guess they pulled all their employees from doing print-on-demand stuff to more fulfillment, I suppose, what my thinking is. So there's that. YouTube is part of how I make money. Some different affiliate things that I do here and there. So yeah, and then I just started the join button on the channel, so that brings in a little bit. So any little bit, that I can get coming in is always good. Definitely. So yeah. Okay, looking in the chat again. Hello, Darla and Thelma. Thank you for being here. Hello, Brenda. If you see friends with a little star next to their name, that means they hit the join button, and like if you join the channel, then you get extra little videos on the side. I do an extra thing during the month for that. So let's see. Teresa says, I have mics, but not selling any. They're not as cool as yours. Oh, thanks. Have I sold any of the rings from Wish individually? I have. And some of them have sold. I mean, they've taken a little while. Some of them were kind of like meh. Some of the lots that I got from Wish, and some of them were nicer. I finally I'm not listing anymore, and kind of what I do is the ones I still have, whenever I make a lot, I'll throw one in, throw one in here and there into the different lots that I do. Yeah. Let's see. Christine says, I'm cooking right now. Oh my gosh, I've been cooking so much. I've got to stop. Well, making sweets and stuff. So, how long do you, okay, I'm going to say your name. I'm going to say Adela. Ask, how long do you let the mugs hang in the store? I usually just list it and forget it. And maybe in a year I'll go see, like, oh, it's still there. But yeah, I mostly just leave things for a while and don't really mess with them. Yeah. So Laura says, have I done a live sale on my channel? You know some other resellers have, and you've purchased from them. I used to do that. The reason I'm not anymore is because it's work. Honestly, it's a lot of work. Getting, pulling the items and making sure you've got nice quality stuff, and then after the keeping track of it, and then sometimes people don't pay right away, and then you're chasing people down. Hey, you gotta pay for your things, and then getting all this boxing it all up. So it's a big, and not that I am opposed to work, but kind of, but now that I did it more when I was still married, and now that I'm a single mom, it's not really feasible for me to spend hours doing that, because then my kids are unattended, and while they are good, they still need their mom around for stuff. So I can't really. It's another reason I don't do as many live videos either. While the live videos are quick and stuff, I don't know. I feel like if I can record and they need to interrupt, which they do frequently, I can just edit it out. If they're in the middle of their work and they need to come in and ask me questions, it just makes it's a little more work as far as editing and all that stuff in the long run for me. But the priority is I'm there for my kids if they need me. So that's why for that. That was a long answer for a short question. I could have just said no. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Sarah Smith, thank you. Welcome to bronze level. Yay! Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. Definitely. Okay, let me see. I'm going back in the chat now. So, Marcy says, do you think sales are up or down for this time of year? Honestly, I feel like they're better than usual for this time of year. And I think it might be because people are home. I know I'm certainly looking online to buy stuff more than I normally do. I've been looking at buying puzzles, so we've got puzzles to do because we like to listen to audiobooks and do puzzles in the evening. And I need like a helper, like a buddy to keep me off Shop Goodwill at night. Once the kids go to bed, I'm looking at all these lots and I get bid happy, and so I'll have some lots to share with you soon. Yeah, so I think people are shopping. So definitely. Let's see. Heather says, I think when this is all over, people want to give teacher raises. I certainly hope so. I know when I was teaching, it just wasn't enough. You work hard. Christy says, I'm going to start selling on eBay. Would I recommend listing auction or buy it now? Most of the time, I do buy it now. The few times I've done auctions is for things that are more, there's a bigger audience. Some people do auctions for everything. So it's kind of like just find your groove. I personally do buy it now and just do good till canceled. So, personally, yeah. Thank you so much, Debbie. Oh, thank you, Thelma. Yes, go down there and hit that pretty thumbs up button. Yes. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Oh, thank you, Dizzy Angie. Thank you for hitting that join button down there. So with I'm gonna just give a quick plug to that. What it is on the different levels. There's like a once a month tip video, a once a month tutorial, and then on a certain level it's a live, like you get to tell me what to talk about and we'll talk about it, or do shop reviews or whatever. And so there's playlists, so you can go back retroactively and see what the videos were that we did prior. So it's fun. And it's not taking away anything from y'all. It's just extra. And I can say, hey, what do y'all need help with? And I'll just make a little quick tutorials for that. So it's pretty cool. Oh, thank you, Emma, so much for joining too. Thank you for joining the bronze level. I can't remember what all the different levels are, but thank you. Like specifically, I have to go back and look and see what, but I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let me see. I feel like I missed another question. If y'all have any other questions too, I do have a few from videos that I can. Judy says, what is Patreon? I've heard other people talking about it. So YouTube has started doing a Patreon. This is kind of like a Patreon type thing where you can subscribe to a channel. And I have a Patreon too, so I have a few people over there. And you get perks, like you're supporting a person, and sometimes it's an actual artist. Sometimes it's a YouTuber, or somebody that's providing a service. And so I do it more as like, I want to provide a service. I want to be able to help in some way. So it's just that little extra to be able to get a little extra help or that kind of thing. Yeah. My sister-in-law has a Patreon, but she's an actual artist. And so hers, you get little perks of postcards, or she'll draw us something, Yeah, it's just another way to try to bring in some income. So Darla says, I received a neutral rating on eBay. The customer said there was a chip on it. I looked at the picture, don't remember seeing it. Yeah, I would probably just ignore it. It's not a negative, and it would be probably a waste of time calling eBay about it. So April says, I started eBay 9 months ago. Have followed your advice since the beginning. I've had my biggest net profit last week. $850 for a net Hobbit fraud. Yay! Oh, I'm so glad. That's so good. Yay. I'm celebrating for you. Let's see. Oh gosh, Jennifer says, I've been buying vintage jewelry boxes with jewelry in them, and I'm swimming in watches. Any advice for selling watches? I have this also. I have a tub full of watches, and I keep saying, I really need to start learning about watches. I need to get some batteries for these watches. They're still there, but haven't started diving into them yet. Maybe after my mom goes home. I don't know. My mom's been here 2.5, 3. It's been either 3 weeks or 3,000 years, one or the other. I can't remember which. And it's just having people in the house, you don't have your normal groove. I think nobody has their normal groove right now, but I'm going to blame it on that. So, this is off topic. My chat jumped right after I read that part. Okay. Nope, I can't find it again. Oh, wait. Gloria Stefan. I'll have to look up who that... Is that the singer? I'll have to look that up. Am I manually listing all of my items? I am, for the most part. Like usually I list either on eBay or Etsy first, and then I'll copy and paste over. I did get a cross-posted or cross one of the little apps that you can, or the plugins, and then it'll just populate it for you into the other one. And I've tried that. I might keep it up. I was kind of hesitant. I haven't renewed it because I wasn't making as many sales on the other site, so I was like, is it really worth it? So I'm not sure. Pardon me, my throat's dry. Okay, so now that regular TV, yeah, kids, yeah, definitely. So, oh my gosh, Lydia, thank you for joining. I see you there. Lydia, say, have you met Lydia? Lydia the tattoo lady. I haven't sang that in a while for you. She's got eyes that men adore so, and a torso even more so. Lydia, oh Lydia. Okay, sorry, back to questions. That encyclopedia, I lied. With Lydia, the queen of tattoo. On her back is the Battle of Waterloo. Beside it's the wreck of the Hesperus too. And proudly above waves the red, white, and blue. You can learn a lot from Lydia. Okay, so Cheryl says, do I need a store to sell on eBay? No, you can just set it up as a normal, just to start selling. I know some people have been selling on eBay for a long time and never got a store. I did once I got to a certain level where I was having to pay more for the listings. I can't remember exactly the amount. I have to look at they have like a chart for the levels. Yeah. It jumped again. So, and fine. Finds of Yesterday says another YouTuber said they haven't been listing as much either, but their sales are very good. Makes me wonder about the saying that you must list consistently, or is it just because I think it's just because of the times right now. This is normally a really slow time in the spring after the fourth quarter. Spring and summer are usually the slowest for me, and it's been really, really good. So I think it's just that. Thank you very much for joining, you guys. It does. Yeah. Like I say, Brian always says it's feeding your 2 poodles. I don't have poodles. I'm feeding 3 cats. How about that? So, oh, thanks, George. He says my voice is calming. I'm glad. I tried doing an ASMR channel, but then it was just time consuming and I couldn't keep it up. So, if you're into ASMR, I have a few videos on that. Gina says, does jewelry do better on eBay or Etsy? It's about equal for me. I always try to look and see, but it's about the same. Just depends on the week, the month, and all that. So, Caregiver says, eBay sold an item on auction without my okay. Oh, wow. Karen asked, I do buy it now only on eBay. That it's the shipping that's always an issue. Do I flat rate or weigh and measure it out? Most of my stuff, I do it by weight. My mugs, I always do padded flat rate mailers, so I know exactly how much it's going to go out for. But usually I do everything just by weight. And if you're new, that was a hard thing to get used to learn that. And then it gets easier. It does. But it was definitely my biggest hurdle, was the shipping. Lydia says, what? No, how do we find Elaine on here and follow her? I'm on my sister all the time to get a YouTube channel going. But she's not. I don't know why. She just won't. And if you haven't seen any of my videos of my sisters, I have a playlist. We have a good time together. So, Diane, oh, she says, what is it that made you decide to start your YouTube channel? You ready? For real. It was Steve Rakin. RakinProfit.com. Steve, that's not his voice. That was a horrible impression. But when I was first starting reselling, how long ago was that? It was a while ago. 6-7 years ago. I didn't realize that there was a whole community. I honestly was like, is this legal? I felt weird. Like, is this morally right? Is this okay to do? Because I didn't know anybody who did it. And so I just started like going to garage sales, and then slowly started finding out, wait, there's people that are making videos talking about this. And then I was watching Steve one day, and he was like, gosh, this was so many years ago. If you're interested in, you should just do it. Just start, and I'll even call you and talk to you about it. And so I was like, okay, Steve, give me a call. And so he did. He called me up, and we just sat and talked about it and just going for it. And so, gosh, how long ago was that? That was so long ago. And so I just did, and my early, now even me going back watching some of my early ones, so bad. And I thank you so much for those of you who've been here since forever. So bad. I was going to take some of the footage from my old videos and like see, like watch the footage and then do what did it really sell for. I couldn't even watch some of the footage because I was like, ugh, it was so bad. I'm still not amazing at it, but it's better than it used to be. So, oh, hey, wait, I saw Chris is here. It just jumped. Where is it? The watch thing would be a good project for the kids. Make money on eBay. That's my friend Chris. Hi, girls. Thanks for being here. Ishara says, have I ever opened jewelry lots that were so junky you didn't make your money back? Yes. I try though when I buy a jewelry jar or a lot, if I can see what's inside it, I try to make sure that I see something I can make my money on. But like the Goodwill lots with thread ups, you don't even see what's coming. So one of the lots I got recently was just like beads and Birkins. But it's a gamble, and I wasn't mad. Because it's the ones I get are labeled as repurpose, reuse, stuff. So yeah, I have definitely gotten, well, so let's see. You're wondering what's my favorite animal? For the longest, it was alligators. Alligators and crocodiles, they terrify and fascinate me. Did you know that a crocodile or alligator can jump 6 feet out of the water from a floating position? Like, not touching the ground part, but just floating. They can jump 6 feet out of the water. Isn't that fascinating? And did you also know that alligators, you know the thing that dolphins can do where they're like out of the water on their tail and they're like going backwards in the water? I'm trying to do it, you can't see me. And they're going like backwards in the water. Did you know that alligators can do that? It's true. I can go on. Did you know the gender of crocodilias depend on the heat of the sand or something like that with the eggs? Anyway, we won't go on. I'll just leave it there. Did you know? Lydia, oh wait, are you missing in that song? Oh, good. Oh, thank you. Dizzy says that. Angie says, congrats on reaching over 50,000 subs. Oh, thank you so much. That's a huge milestone for sure. And I thank you guys for being here. George says, please do another jewelry unboxing. I will. I've got lots, and Shop Goodwill is. Oh, and that was another thing, because I had a friend asking for wanting to send friend mail. So I have my address in the description box. It's a P.O. box. Because I had 2 different people ask me about that, and so I just wanted to point that out. If you look in the description box, wherever it is down there, then you'll see my P.O. box. So if you wanted to send friend mail, it's there. So, and I definitely will be doing more. I am in Austin, Texas. Someone asked who, and it jumped, or else a fat Elvis. You're in Arlington. Okay, not so far. Christine says she is hilarious. And sometimes y'all will say, oh, Margaret, you're so silly. Like, if you get she is so far more silly, crazy, weird than me. Not weird, but fun weird. But sometimes I'm just in awe watching her. When she goes off, I'm just like, look at her go. It's amazing. I love it. How does she have a Patreon and not have a channel? Oh, no. Oh, Lydia. Yeah, my sister-in-law, the artist, is that, I didn't know if you meant a name. My sister-in-law's name is Holly, and she's the artist. I should pull up her stuff. Her name is, let's see if I can do it. Let me see if she's got a website. Her art is so good. It looks computer generated, but it's not. And so on her Instagram, if you follow her on Instagram, let's see if I can pull it up. Over here, hang on. She does these sped up drawings where you can see her process. Let's see, here she is. So this is her stuff, some of it, and it looks like it's done on the computer, but it's not. It's oil paintings, and I know it's different, but it's really fun. So yeah, she's got a Patreon. Cool stuff. Yeah, so check her out. So yeah, she's super bummed too, because as an artist, like, she spent the whole winter season preparing for all of the spring art shows and festivals and all of the things, and so she had all of this stuff prepared. And the last show she actually did was here in Austin, right before spring break, right before everything was shut down. So, oh gosh, I mean, that's gotta hurt for the artists, Yeah. Oh, I missed. Sometimes the comments get mixed up and I don't know what it's about. So, oh, it jumped again. Yeah, oh, my sister-in-law. I see the little animal box beside your comments, yes. So, oh, thanks, Finders Keepers. I am trying for sure to keep them coming. And I want to say that I get the comment that the videos like help raise spirits, and that's another reason I've been doing so many of the jewelry unboxings, because I almost always on those videos get the comment that, this is really helping me take my mind off of everything. This is really improving my spirits, and so that kind of spurs me on to do more of the same, because that's yeah. And sometimes I don't feel like doing a video, or I'm feeling like I haven't put on makeup in days, and my hair's been in like a nest of a bun on top of my head, and I've not been presentable. But when I read those comments, it makes me feel like, oh, okay, I feel better. I want to be able to do that and be that and help, you know, in any little way I can. So yeah, my background. Oh, thanks. I think I got it at Wayfair. It's one of those like collapsible. It hides the mess behind me. So Finds of Yesterday says, thanks for saying you were so bad back in the day. I just started, and they're so bad. Oh, they will get better. I still have them up there, so you're welcome to go look. They're horrible. But you just start watching other people, and, you know, what you focus on expands, you know. So if you if you focus on improving your photos for your listings, it'll get better and better and better. If you focus on, you know, whatever, it'll get better and better. So oh dear. Now I lived in Florida. Oh yeah. Steve moved to Florida. Yeah, he did. He got out of that Connecticut freezing cold weather and moved to Florida. But I usually see him a couple times a year. So I don't know if, because I know the meetup this year's going to be postponed. But I usually see him a couple times a year. He's a nice guy. He's just like his videos. Usually. Yeah. You know, you see some people on YouTube and you wonder if they're really like that in real life, you know? So, I don't know. I wonder, because when I meet, okay, this is something else. When I meet people, especially, oh, never mind, I'll tell you. I have a hard time when people take themselves too seriously, and I end up laughing a lot. And I'm sure it appears that I'm laughing at them. And I guess probably I am. But I have such a hard time when people take themselves so seriously. It's just funny to me. Because life is absurd. It just really is. Okay. Sarah says, you should do a Did You Know segment in all your videos. I'll have to see how to fit that in. Jessica asked, what do I use to edit my videos? I use iMovie. It came on my MacBook. And I get the question about what I use to record. This is just my computer. I'm using my laptop right now. And then on my camera down ones, I use my Canon G7X, I think it is. I just got a GoPro, you guys. I thought this was the perfect time to go ahead and get a GoPro so I can play around with it at home. And my kids and I did a Nerf battle, and we took turns. I'm still trying to figure it all out. But I want to get it so I can wear it at, like, when the bins open back up or when I go garage sailing, because I'm always holding my phone while I'm recording and I'm having to do it on the sly. So I'm thinking of like sewing something that I can hide it in. So yeah. So that hopefully will be fun. Warm weather. Okay. Oh dear. Finds of Yesterday. I can tell you were a teacher. Oh, thanks. Yeah. I taught for 14 years before I started staying home with the kids. Your first lot arrives this weekend, Tyra says. Yay! Oh, Lydia, Holly's art is so amazing. And I know it's not, the thing is, I know, you know, everybody's got their own style and their own taste, but if you see her process, you can appreciate her artistry. That's amazing to me, so it's really good. Brenda says, I live alone with a cat and watching your videos will highlight my day. It's like visiting a friend. Oh, thank you. Where's my cats? Usually Pancake's right here on my face. Christina says, your box openings do lift spirits. A glass of wine, cooking, watching you. Oh, good. Thank you. Oh, I will definitely keep going. Candle Hoarder says, I've been developing a new hobby of yard garden art from upcycled items around the house. Oh, nice. I've really been cultivating my back patio as well, like getting all my garden going again. I haven't really, since we moved to Austin, I had a big garden back in Houston, and I hadn't really got it going again. And so now I'm really trying to get that going. And I'm really bummed because I was going to get a fig tree before, you know, spring, summer really hit, so I could start getting it established. And I'm worried by the time everything opens back up again, it's going to be too hot for me to plant a fig tree. So I have to wait another year. I really want a fig tree. I'm determined. I had a ginormous fig in my backyard back in Houston. Oh, I miss it so much. I'm reading it. I don't know if that's a troll comment or a real comment. You can use a GoPro for the bins. Yeah, my bins, bargain barons don't even hide their GoPro. Is that right? Well, I have had a lady at the bins tell me I'm not allowed to record. So, I don't know. Angie says, if you sew something to hide your GoPro, please sell it. Oh, I will. I'm thinking about how to do it now. What I'm thinking is I'm going to either get a bag or something you can, like, let's say you have this is my thought process, like a crossbody bag or like a backpack. And what I'm thinking is like creating something that can either be pinned onto the strap, or in my case, I could just sew it onto the strap, you know, but you could pin it on, but I don't want it to be like obvious. So it would have to have like a couple pouches. So it'd be like, I'm putting my phone in this pouch and my wallet or something else with my fingers being weird in this pouch. And then boom, GoPro in that pouch. So yeah. Is that the same comment that I just read? I don't know what that means. Hang on. How many friends do we have watching? 100. Okay. Some resellers buy a clip that will attach to a bag. Yeah, and I bought like a set that has like all these little doodads, and that's like accessories for it, and it has a clip, but I think that they might not like it. I could just clip it on, but the thing is that they say like, you can't record in here. I think there's a way too, because like when it's recording, there's like a little red light flashing. If I can turn that little red light off, maybe it wouldn't be as noticeable. Maybe they wouldn't even notice I was wearing it. I don't know. I just don't want them to ban me, because then what? I will have to find out. You know, or even just like a little, if you have the clip, like a little piece of fabric that can like hide it, like flip over it, and it just has like a little teeny window. I don't know. That wouldn't be obvious or anything. So, hello, Malta. Thank you for being here. Oh, thanks, Finders Keepers. I had some pretty good sales. Alex says, do you have older kids or younger kids? I have 1-year-old who've been spending a lot of time on our back. My kids are almost 10 and 12, 13 in December. So they're older. Not old. They're still young-ish. I love them. I'm so lucky. So, it sounds terrible, but I do think about that. Like, some people are home with their kids, and they're just like, oh, gosh, here we go. You know? Sometimes I'm going to say something a bit crude, and I'm going to attribute it to my sister, but they're really clingy, and so she says they're up your with a coconut. And so now my code to her, whenever my kids just are like right here on me, is I just like text her a picture of a coconut. And she knows that means my kids are all over me. I can't get space. Okay. I don't know why I felt like I told you that. I need to tell you that. Jewelry listings today on eBay, and the icons for share your item. Oh, social icons are gone. I don't know. I'll have to go look. Marcy says, it's not too late if you shade it. Baby at the first year figs. Oh, yeah. There's just not a lot of shade in the spot. I'm looking. And then the spot that I wanted it, I had 2 magnolia trees there. I had them taken out because they died. And they were just 2 dead trees. I'm like, well, perfect. This is the perfect spot because I need a giant spot for the fig. Okay. Do you know? Okay, ThredUp. Christina's asking if ThredUp gives you alerts when jewelry boxes go on sale. They don't, and I'm bummed about that. No. Goodwill Blue Box would email the day of and say they're going live tonight at whatever time. But the ThredUp ones, and I've asked people like, just y'all let me know when they go live because I want to go get some because I don't want to run out of jewelry so I can keep doing the unboxings. But the one day that we had to be out of the house for that essential appointment, that was when they went live, and I missed it. So, I don't know what this guy's talking about. I'm gonna leave it because it doesn't bother me, but go for it. I'm looking at the. Oh, thanks, Jeannie. Oh, thanks, Sherry. She says I look peaceful today. Yeah. Sherry says, sold something on Etsy yesterday. Already took it to the post office. Oh, good. Yeah. LL says, how long have you been creating content on YouTube? Let's see. 6 or 7 years? Is it that long? I'll have to go back and look. I think so. I think about that. I think it's something like that. The ones GoPro sells doesn't hide anything. They're so bulky. I was thinking of a fanny pack before. Yeah. That reminds me of, if any of you watch Zahir Malik, he used to do this thing. He doesn't do it anymore because we ribbed him so bad about it. But he would wear it like in a fanny pack, but he called it his crotch cam. I don't know why I quit doing the crotch cam, but he did. Heather says, why can't you record? Where's the... Yeah, they have a big sign that's like their top 5 rules. You know, no running, no taking things from other people's carts, no recording or photography. Yeah. Yeah. Teresa says, will I be staying in Austin for good? As far as I know, I can't see the future, but I'm not going back to Houston. I'm trying to encourage my parents to move here. I like being in Austin because I'm central to everybody. I'm much closer to my sister, my brother, before I moved, I literally lived 1 mile from my parents, so I'm not as close to my parents as I was. But I'm trying to get them to move here because then they would be closer to everybody else too. But I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do it. My mom would. My dad, I don't know. Angies Resources says because they have people on probation or community service volunteering there to protect their identities. Oh, that's interesting. I don't record the people. I agree. I don't want to record the people there. Unless it's like a friend. I went with Mary and I recorded Mary. But other than that, what did she pick up? She picked up like a condom wrapper or something. I was like, Mary, what are you doing? What? Marcy says, I use shade cloth. Oh, okay. For your fig tree, I'm guessing. How many boxes do I have left for my unboxing? Let me count. 1, 2, 3. Maybe like 6 or 7. So I better slow down. But I have some jars too, and I do have 2 jewelry jars in the garage because I went to Savers and got some before all this happened. So and then I'm gonna have to start buying something to show you. Because yeah, I'm gonna run out of jewelries to unbox eventually. So yeah, come on. Shara says, what's your number 1 seller? Jewelry, toys, mugs? Ooh, it depends on the week. This week, mugs and jewelry were my top 2 things, for sure. Maybe jewelry and then mugs. I'm looking over here, yeah. Okay. Oh dear, Finders Keepers. I have someone on Etsy just messaged me to call him. Yeah, I don't do calls. Somebody else, I got a message like that too not long ago. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to call you. So, Sarah says, Austin is expensive. comparatively speaking, maybe, but not compared to the housing prices, from what I understand, have gone up considerably. So Marie says, I just ordered my first one from eBay. Your jewelry lot. Ah, yeah. Nation says, have you thought about doing a local meetup? I'd love to meet other resellers. Yes and no. I usually go to the one that they do, the green room guys do, Bonafide Hustler and Rake and Profits, and I go to theirs. It's usually in July. It's here. And then eBay was going to have their eBay meetup here too, but that got postponed as well. The reason is for me to organize something like that is I'm a girl, and I just got to think about my safety. So it's the same reason I don't do Craigslist or things where I have to meet people in person. I don't know. It's better in a crowd, and I would want to be able to know, like, I know there are guys. I know some of the guys at the other meetup that I'm like, oh yeah, I'll be okay. So, any Goodwills open? No, none here. Not that I know of, anyway. I think he's just a troll. Some y'all are asking about what this person is saying, and I don't want to read it out loud. It's a kind of dance, yeah, that they're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I know what it's talking about. Why not buy the shop Goodwill grab bags? I've gotten a few of them. The one I opened yesterday was one I got recently. I have a couple more downstairs and a couple more coming. They're really expensive. Some of these, the prices get crazy on the shop Goodwill ones. So, Christine says, I'm a girl, but I got a 9mm. This is true too. Yeah, I don't know. It's not that I don't have guns. Anyway, it's just safety. So, let's see. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. I have some other questions that I can answer. I don't see any more in the chat. How long have we been at this? About an hour here. I'll do I have like 5 questions in the chat that that I saved. So Sherry had asked in one of the videos if I sell my lots of jewelry and where, and I sell them. I don't put most of them up on eBay or Etsy, the craft lots that I talk about, and I sell them, and I just have a box over there. I just mostly dump everything in this box, and then when someone buys a lot, I just go in there and just grab. I try to pull out some cool pieces to throw in there too, but for the most part, I just grab it and shove it in an envelope. I put it in a padded eBay envelope, and then I stick that in a padded flat rate envelope, and that's what I do. Mary was asking, how do I know if it's stone is plastic or if it's actual stone? And what you do is you touch it, and if it's cold, usually it's going to be a stone or a glass, and then otherwise it's maybe a ceramic or a plastic. However, amber feels like plastic, so there's always an exception, right? Melissa asked if there were any metals that were not magnetic that are not gold or silver, and yes, there's a lot. Stainless steel amongst others. So I think that's to do with the magnet test, because when I test things using the magnet just to start with, sometimes things are not magnetic, but they're not gold or silver either. So I need to do that gold and silver video. Talked about my cameras already. Okay, I had somebody ask me about my thumbs. I guess because I've been doing a lot of thumb camera down video, you get a better view of my thumbs. And I did have somebody ask me randomly about my thumbs. Let's see if I can show you. I have got a thumb. One of them is shorter. I can do it. How can I show you? See? That one. I have a thumb that is smaller than the other thumbs, and I was born that way. And it's got a special fancy name that just means the bone didn't finish growing. And I think sometimes it's called a hammer thumb. Sometimes it's called a toe thumb. It's just the way it is. It works, so I don't complain. I have it. It's there, and it works. And okay, I think I already talked about the lots. Okay, real fast in the chat over here. Lavender Clothesline arranged a large meetup on her. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad. I mean, I'm probably just paranoid, but I don't like to take unnecessary chances. Personally. And I mean, Thelma and I did a meetup when we were in Houston. But it was mostly ladies. There were a few guys. But then there were some people I knew. You know, like Thelma was there and... Oh, what's his name? What's his name? He was there too. What's his name? Oh my gosh, I can't believe. I'm not even going to say it. Franklin. I'm going to say it. He was there. So, like, there were people I knew. So I guess that would be the thing. Like, if I knew people there, I'm so weird. And then, too, like, I'm different in person. I'm way more shy in person. I have a hard time figuring out what to talk about to people in real life. And I don't know. I don't know why it is that way. It's easier for me to talk to a little green light than in real life. I don't know. So if the cyborgs take over, I'm good. I am looking for any other... Oh dear. He jumped again. So... I'm looking... Ah, Thelma says, wear a big chunky necklace with it embedded the GoPro in the necklace. That's an idea. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Karen. Pewter, copper, not magnetic also, yeah. Ishara says, I worked at an antique store and our owner told us to tap the stones on our teeth to discern glass, stone, plastic. Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys, I've got to go out of the house now and go to the post office and take my van. And I don't really feel like it, but I have to. Finds of Yesterday says, I'm more shy in front of the camera. I can't believe you're a more shy person. It's true. I get really nervous about people, what they think about me. I do. Like when I go to homeschool moms meetups and stuff like that, I talk to people, but I don't know. I feel like they're not going to like me. I don't know if they, or I'm going to say something weird, and it's going to be like that scene. Did you see Addams Family? I got to recreate the scene now. Addams Family Part 2, when Fester is trying to like woo Debbie, and they're at the restaurant, and these are breadsticks, and he's like shoving breadsticks up his nose, you know, trying to impress her. Like, that's me with people. And then they look away, and then they doing this, and then they look back, and you're like, quick, get him back up there, you know. So that's me and people. So oh, thank you, Trina, for that super chat and the super sticker. How's it going? That's so cute. Thank you for that $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much. I don't know why. I'm just like that. But if you haven't seen that scene, it's hilarious. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for being here. And I'm glad that I got to talk to you all. So I can't find my off button. So we'll have to just pretend like I'm knowing what I'm doing. All right, here goes. Nice to see you, everybody. Well, I didn't get to see you, but nice to see you in the chat. Bye, y'all. Bye.